Welcome back, people. It is episode 32 of season 4 of the Taxi Squad podcast. We're recording this on lovely Wednesday, August 7th. You will be hearing this on a great and blessed Thursday, August 8th. We thank you for joining us once again. This is a friendly reminder that if you haven't followed us on all major platforms, what are you doing with your life? There's Spotify, there's Apple Music, there's YouTube's, there's all of them. Go find us on one of them, follow, share it with a friend, share it with a family member. We've got a fair amount to get into this week on Mike's lovely road game here from Boston. We got the Olympic talk. We got some strange and unusual topics to get into as usual. Baseball, and that's depressing. Football, college football is just around the corner. Very exciting. And also, golf talk. It's the Taxi Squad podcast.
Come on, everybody, celebrate. The Taxi Squad is here today. So lose the blues, kick back and relax for now.
Kick back and relax for now.
They talk about sports and stupid stuff. They're probably wrong and it might get rough. So welcome back. It's the Taxi Squad. Yeah.
Hey, Vince, celebrate. It's the Taxi Squad.
How you doing? How you doing? Still hungover from the anniversary last week to be humble with it. Not really. Just kidding. Doing great right now. Olympics is fun. Olympics is a good buffer time because in reality, listen, I know we got some stuff with our teams and all that, but in reality, every other year, this week is whatever, you don't get that much of anything. It's just waiting for stuff to happen.
Valid point.
Meanwhile, we
make a very valid point.
Yeah, we can watch shot put and people running almost a mile.
Handball. I mean, when's the last time you watched a good game of handball?
Never.
Right?
Outside of outside of recess. Also, Merica, no good at handball.
No, it's why?
Why?
Another sport, if we truly focus on it, we don't.
Yeah, probably, but I don't know why we just haven't. Obviously, depending on who we put in there, but it's not even. It doesn't make sense. It's so simple. We have a bunch of good throwers around us in our freaking country, and we still can't figure it out. I don't know if you heard that really fast car go by, but here we are.
It's like soccer. If we devoted the resources to the sport of soccer, we would own. Imagine Tyreek Hill on a soccer field. It'd be insane.
Yep.
What I guess I'm kind of upset about is that the soccer portion of this Olympics isn't as big as I thought it would be.
It never is. It's always World Cup.
Right. So same thing with the World Baseball Classic. It's the same principle, I guess, because baseball in the Olympics, it's oh yeah, can't wait to watch Germany play the U.S. It's nobody gives a shit.
Yeah, that's WBC. I did learn something pretty cool about the Olympics though. Because you know how we were talking about, hey, it's weird that they have break dancing. Why do they have break dancing at the Olympics?
Yeah, and skateboarding. Next thing you know, you got e-gaming.
Well, yeah, it may come. So depending on where the host country is, they add sports that reflect their culture. A lot of people do break dancing in France. It's going to be in Los Angeles, the next one, and they're adding baseball back and a couple other things because they're American sports.
Okay.
So that's why breakdancing was in there, because I was is this going to be every year? I think the Athenians would hate that.
Huh.
The more you know.
Yeah. What'd you do, Vince?
So many things. There's 80 things going on outside my window.
You got a
right
race
now.
car driver, Fast and Furious, and then you got, Chicago 911 out here.
Yeah,
right?
Patty Schwaggin, you know what I'm saying?
Patty Schwaggin, put him out there. Well, no, Vince, I mean, it's been a lovely Olympics, and we pretend to give a shit about sports we would never watch in our regular life.
Oh, yeah.
My wife the other day, it's 6 o'clock in the morning. She's getting ready, and gymnastics is on. I'm like, when do you watch gymnastics?
I don't know if it's pretending. I don't know if we're pretending. I think we get really into it for a little bit of time, and they're you want us to watch the finalists for the yearly awards? No. But when it's America versus the world, it's gung ho, fuck yeah, let's win,
And then you got every Karen at every office cooler be like, "You see the women's gymnastics team? It's amazing." It's like,
I
okay,
just the way she vaulted off of that, she shouldn't have gotten gold. Honestly, I could have done it better. It's like, oh my god.
And the
No thanks.
announcing. Can we talk about the announcing for gymnastics for like 2 seconds?
Yeah,
I
man.
mean, okay, these people are balancing on a beam. I'm sorry, I'm going Sebastian Maniscalco. Do you see what they're doing on this beam? So, like, they're balancing on a beam,
Yeah.
and then you got like this very soft-spoken white lady. Oh, she tripped right there. So that'll be a deduction of 10.
Yeah,
And you're like, my big ass couldn't do that.
for sure.
And then,
I mean,
okay,
Mike,
I know.
listen.
Shut up.
Okay.
We're
Okay.
giving perspective, right?
Yeah.
Now, we love our female gymnasts. They're fantastic. Creme de la creme of the world. Have you seen the lats, though, on some of the male gymnasts?
Hey, yo.
Bro, these
Yeah.
guys are like all sorts of out here and yoked. Like,
They look like Olympians.
their muscles got muscles. Their
Yeah.
backs are Christmas trees. They have riblets. You're like, okay, I'll never do that, but that's good for them.
Mike,
Wonderful
you
for them.
are the best gymnast if you were to build it in the lab. You're the opposite.
Oh, I'm the complete opposite.
You're like 6'3", 6'4", top heavy man. Like, you're not made for balance.
Listen, Vince, in high heels, maybe I'm 6'3" or 6'4".
Oh,
On a good
okay.
day, I'm maybe 6'1".
Well, you're welcome. You're welcome. Take the
Thanks, man. I appreciate-
compliment. Come on.
I
now.
appreciate the tall king vibes,
Yeah.
but just this, that's just not I.
We're
Yeah,
juicing
no.
up our boys this year, Mike. It's happening.
We got skinny face Vince. I don't know if anybody's seen this guy over the past 3 weeks, but his jawline is just slowly turning into fucking Batman.
Yeah, hit me up,
He's-
ladies.
So,
What's up? I'm on a calorie deficit. You trying to fuck with your boy? Trying to go get a couple salads.
I really love Greek yogurt for dessert.
Hey,
it's delicious. It
It's
tastes
done
the
a
same.
lot.
No,
It's
it
done a lot
doesn't.
for my energy, dude. It's done a lot for my energy, so it's good. We're thriving.
Well, Vince, speaking of food, I've spent the whole week here in lovely
Yeah.
Boston, Massachusetts. I've
How's
been a
the harbor?
masshole. Oh, dude, the harbor is spotless, kid. It's fucking spotless.
I'm so jealous. I love that place.
Oh, it's a great place. It's actually didn't realize this until literally today when I got a 1 year ago memory event on the telephone. But
How old are you? I checked my telephone and I had a memory.
I love as I get older, I love sprinkling nuggets in that my father gives me on like
Oh.
a weekly basis.
On the
'cause-
telephone.
Mike, I'll zell you from my telephone. Okay,
Hey,
Dad.
hey, I need to rent an automobile.
Right. It's just everything, the wrong emphasis is on all the syllables. But back
Yeah.
to the story.
Yeah.
I saw it, and 1 year ago, this week, we were all celebrating the wedding of Mike in lovely Boston, Massachusetts with our
Wait, it
giant
was
group of
literally a
idiots.
year ago?
Literally a year ago.
How
this
did
week.
you end up there the same weekend?
This was not planned. I kid you not. This was
Wow.
not planned. I looked at it. I'm like, no way. And I'm looking at it last night. I'm like, get the fuck out of here.
That's
And
crazy.
It's like a week to week synopsis, year over year. I was here. Now I had more fun last year because this year
Yeah.
I'm working.
Yeah. We
but
had
man,
plenty of
have I-
fun.
I've been on a food tour. I'm like staying right off of a train line that I could just jump right into downtown North End. For anybody who's ever been here, is some of the best food in the country.
Amazing. Amazing.
Been to Italian spots, seafood spots. Went and got some cannolis last night. There's a
How you
wonderful place by the name of Mike's. There's a line out of this joint no matter what time of day you're there. I waited in the line for 35 minutes last night at 10 o'clock for fucking cannolis.
PM.
Yeah, once the
On a
door closes
Tuesday.
behind. Check this out. 9:45 on a Tuesday. There's a line out the door. Once you're in after 10 p.m., they lock the doors from the outside
guaranteed.
so you can't get in.
Wow.
Oh yeah.
Hey, man, I mean, you got to cut it off at some point or it's never going to end.
I mean, I'm just saying, dude. It's truly fascinating. I've enjoyed it. probably eaten more carbohydrates on a 3-day span than I care to
Yeah.
admit, but I've only eaten one meal every day.
That's
So,
that's the Italian way. You just get a big old meal, you just fill up that belly and then run on it for 24 hours.
and then I walk, you a little
Yeah.
passeggiata, you digest, and then you get back and you go to sleep.
That's kind of
But
the beauty of the East Coast too. Boston's pretty walkable as long as you're in the area you want to be in. Like you
Yeah.
run out of that ability depending on which city you end up going to, you know.
Vince, isn't anywhere walkable if you're in the area you want to be in?
No, you know what I'm saying. There's a couple restaurants. There's like a, convenience store down
yeah.
the street. You can walk over to your hotel. Like you can do that in Chicago to a point, but like especially West Coast cities, like you kind of can't do that. You have to
No,
have to
that's
walk
true.
pretty damn far to do that, you know?
It's true. No, I'm staying right off of a train line and a little outside of the city, so it's not optics of being like literally downtown.
Yeah.
So that's good. So I hop on a train line, 4 stops in, 4 stops back. It's gorgeous. Love it. So been a wonderful time here talking about food to stay on our strange and unusual topic. So
Yeah.
if you're a former athlete, it is true to be known that you will just naturally now have a podcast because that's what they do. So Jimmy
Yeah. Hey
Rollins,
guys, let us get this. Come on.
yeah, come on. It's like you already have clout because you played
And
professional sports.
millions
We're
of
trying to-
dollars.
Right. It's like, yeah, you're just fucking American greed at its
Yeah.
finest, but I digress. So Ryan Howard and Jimmy Rollins, okay, former Philly ball players. Ryan Howard for a stretch there in the mid to early 2000s was an absolute fucking unit.
Amazing. 50 plus
And-
home runs 3 seasons in a row or something like that, or 45 plus 3 seasons in a row. Crazy.
Just hitting fucking dingers, right?
Well,
So they recently had CC Sabathia onto their podcast, formerly known as a Large King
Yep.
in the MLB. At one point, he was actually 305 pounds as starting MLB pitcher.
now he's large
um,
vertically, but he's not large outward, you know. His stomach is gone, but he's still tall as shit, you know.
Yeah, Ozempic, bro. We know.
Oh,
you know.
Ozempic.
Ozempic.
You know.
Well, it's like, okay, they take. All right, can we talk shit about Ozempic and all the
Yeah, it's gonna
songs
kill
on
people.
drug commercials?
It's gonna
Well,
kill
one
people.
could. It could, very well could.
Yeah.
But they take good songs from wonderful bands. For example, Styx, right? Like, oh, it's magic, you know?
Yeah.
They sold the rights to that song and they put in Zempic, and then they just clean out the middle with the just music and that's it. It's like,
I wanted to check to be sure. Not Styx, just to save your ass in case someone comes
was it
at you.
Styx? Who was it?
Pilot.
Who was it?
Pilot. I don't know who Pilot is.
Styx, Pilot. Yeah, it was an 80s.
I was like,
one-hit
baby. That's all I had in my head when I heard that. When you're with me, I'm dying. Regardless, I'm with you. I've you ever seen the commercial for Jardiance? They put
No.
It's on ESPN. It was during the NFL or the NBA playoffs, but it was like, it wasn't a dupe of a song, but it's so annoying because it's like it reduces like your cholesterol and your, I don't know, like your blood flows better or whatever. It's like, take one daily Guardians, and then the whole entire group behind her starts like, huh, huh, and like dancing, and I'm like, you're dancing about just like mildly reducing your cholesterol in your body? Like, there's a flash mob for this? We shouldn't be able to advertise this shit on TV. What are we doing?
We are the only country, one of the only countries.
New Zealand. Us in New Zealand. That's it.
We're it that are allowed to legally advertise for prescription drugs on the television. So it's insane.
Yep.
It truly is insane that what they do to the music and who allowed it or who owned the rights to it to allow this to happen.
Take
But,
one daily Jardiance, Mike. That's all you got to do.
You know, there is a concert, Vince, that I would like to go to.
Okay.
And it's the concert in a Zoloft commercial because
Huh.
everybody at that concert is chosen
Yeah, dude.
fucking cucumber. Dude.
Yeah, dude. You're going to like a Tom Misch or like a real slow R&B concert.
Yeah,
You're
I don't
going-
know what it is. It's just everybody's so happy to be at that jazz concert outdoor on a hill and the Zoloft commercial.
Yeah,
You
that's a real Japanese house vibe. You're not going to see fucking Skrillex on that shit.
Antidepressants, sushi.
Yep.
Awesome. Gotta get it.
And regardless,
done. But
cheese
back to the
steaks.
back to the CC Sabathia story. Used to be a fat king, no longer a fat king. Talked about his time with the Brewers, which he did spend the majority of his career there. And there was a playoff
1 year.
series. Was it? I thought it was 2.
No, I think 1. He was Detroit and then got traded to the Brewers, like 1.5, and then went to the Yanks.
Okay. Either way. No, Indians, Brewers,
Right.
Yanks.
Yeah.
There it
Indians.
is.
Was he ever on the Tigers?
I don't think he was ever on the Tigers, bro.
Damn. Yeah, just that Brewer season was the best one of his career. He was so fucking good.
But he would tell
Regardless.
stories that the first round of the NLDS, when they played the Phillies in Philadelphia, that they purposely put Philly cheesesteaks in the pregame buffet for these guys.
The best
because they're
ones in the
fantastic.
city.
That's what he said.
Yeah.
He said, I don't care where you go, they're the best ones in the city.
Uh-huh.
And he said that him, Ryan Braun, and some of these other guys would just house them before games.
And like Rollins and Howard were like, hey, we got to go send somebody over there to get us cheesesteaks. It was strategic. Literally strategic. Yeah, they'd be like, we're going to give
like
you
a bag
bricks.
of dicks before one of the best games ever.
Extra whiz. Throw a bunch of meat on there. Just fill them up. It's like big guts. And then I guess they did that 1 year. And then the next year, Joe Girardi made sure that there was no made sure there was, I think it was 2009, that World Series. They made sure there was no cheesesteaks in the visitors clubhouse.
That's actually pretty genius.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just saying, fight fire with fire, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's what they're doing there.
Yeah.
They're putting these delicious little sandwiches out for you and saying, there if you must, but they're still there.
Okay, you apply this to Chicago. We're throwing Italian beefs in there?
You know, I got in this discussion yesterday because Boston doesn't have like a real food
No.
that is relatable to their city.
Right,
Like
exactly.
Chicago style hot dog, Italian beef.
Deep dish. if you wanna count
Philadelphia,
it.
Philly cheese. Yeah.
I know, but still.
I schooled some guy from Connecticut last night. He's like, "Oh, you're from Chicago, deep dish, right?" I'm like, "No. That's
Idiot.
not how we do things."
Tavern style
I said,
party
no,
cut,
no.
pussy.
That's what I showed him that. So
Yeah.
Michael's Pizza,
Uh-huh.
north by you. What is it?
Yep.
3 or 4 blocks.
Yep.
Is that technically Rogers Park or is that?
I think
Andersonville?
it's
I don't know what it is.
I think it's Buena Park, maybe. It's essentially in Wrigleyville.
Michael's
It's right there.
Michael's Pizza in Wrigleyville. Some of the best pie, tavern style on the
So good,
planet.
man.
Heard it here first.
Yep.
Go order it, eat it. Vince and I did that for the draft spectacular. Absolutely fantastic.
It's so good.
So I showed him a picture of that. He's like, "That looks sick, cuz." I'm like, exactly. But yeah, for us, I would say it would, if you were going to try and put somebody in a food coma,
Yeah.
gotta be a deep dish pizza because that hits your gut
Casserole. Yeah.
like a ton of bricks. So there's no other way to put that, in my
Yeah.
opinion.
Maybe chocolate cake shake on the side for all the kids at home. That'll make you a water fountain the next day for sure.
No, I once went to Kuma's Corner,
Yeah.
which is a burger spot in Chicago before a
Oh.
softball game.
Oh,
boy.
What are you doing?
If you ever want to feel like a giant sack of goo that can't move,
Yeah.
do that.
You could just hear a wah in your stomach as you're running
Oh.
around the bases.
Oh my God. I wanted to purge myself immediately. I'm like,
Oh, it's nasty.
That's like when you're 25 and you still think like you're invincible.
Yeah, man.
Like, I could house a burger and go play a softball game. No, you can't. No.
That's real. I can actually empathize with you in that one. I get that for real,
Yeah.
for real.
Don't
Yeah.
do that unless you want the diarrhea. But
No.
still, thought it was a strange and unusual topic that we could talk about. Now, Vince, another semi-strange and unusual topic that relates to our next topic,
Yeah.
being the Olympics. So, did you get a chance to watch the women's volleyball game versus Egypt and Spain?
I did not watch this, no.
No? Okay. Well,
I saw pictures.
Egypt comes out in the full traditional head garb
Yeah.
and like thigh-high
Fully-
shorts,
fully
dressed all
covered,
in
yeah.
black.
Yeah.
And then Spain's team, these two women run out in thong bikinis
Cabooses.
just showing all
Yeah.
the ghoul.
Uh-huh.
And you're like, oh boy, cultural
worlds.
differences at their finest.
Two worlds, man.
And they're like I mean, they fucked them up. I mean, they destroyed them.
Yeah.
Meaning Spain destroyed the team.
I was gonna say, listen,
booty.
I was rooting for Spain. Let's call Spain a spade here. Like, I'm rooting for Spain in that scenario.
Well,
and I'm 2% Egyptian. Don't forget it.
What?
Yeah, man. The Mediterranean Sea is a crazy place.
Wow. Fucking
Yeah.
Xerxes over here. Anyways, when you're looking at this, do we think there's some relation to freer cultures and being better at athletics? Because I think there is some relation to that. You got one team out here, all the ass in the world for the world to see, and they're killing it, confident in themselves. And you got this other team dressed in all black in the middle of Paris, France, hot as it could be, and they got to be dying.
I'm 100% sure you're right, because I think that freer countries too have a bigger emphasis on sporting in general. True. Outside of like, like Pakistani like cricket and stuff like that, or Afghanistani cricket, like that kind of stuff. But like, there was a time where women couldn't play sports in a lot of those countries, and regardless, and us too. But it was considerably before that where that started happening in America and Spain and in Europe and things of that nature. So yeah, I think there's like a clear, like I haven't seen Egypt really compete in any event besides women's volleyball in this.
I just thought of all the sports, this one, because to your point, I would have thought like ping pong, maybe cricket.
That's all China, bro.
Yeah, ping pong is an Asian ran sport. It really
That's
is.
That's why China always has medals in the beginning, because they focus on niche sports. They do like the ping pong, and they do like all like the little, like back and forth hand-eye things. Or like that one girl that won skateboarding. I don't think she was Chinese, but she was like 12 or 13 and was just beasting. It's awesome.
It's insane. It's insane.
I know, but then you start getting to the good shit, like we're going to talk about in a second here. But I would like to say as well, did you see Pommel Horse guy?
Who?
The guy that does the pommel horse?
What's the pommel horse?
It's pommel horse is like the thing that in like gymnastics that you like get on top of and it looks like a horse.
Oh, where you go in circles?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay.
And this guy was just like, I'm only here to do pommel horse. He just looked like a nerd. It's so funny. He's like become an American icon. Yeah.
I'm sure he was yoked.
How about I was gonna say the Turkey guy.
Yeah, the guy from Turkey who's totally a hitman.
Dog. Dude, coolest thing ever. Everybody's walking in with these little stupid little specs trying to get it perfect. And he just walks up. He's like, and you're like, wow, what a god. Wouldn't want to mess with that guy.
He literally rolled out of bed that morning, had a cup of coffee, and he said, give me the gun.
Yeah.
And that was it.
Dog.
That's all he needed.
We need more of that in this life.
So nonchalant. It was just like, poof. All right, let's get out of here.
Yeah, he's the man. Shout out to the guy.
Let's go drink Turkish tea. So the Olympics are going on. Right now, the U.S. is currently leading the gold medal count. Are we leading the overall medal?
Everything now, man. We're leading in gold, silver, bronze, and total. Obviously total.
Merica.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
This was something that I had a concern about because I'm like, I've watched the Olympics every time it comes out. But I don't really track the medals like this. This is our first Olympics podcast, by the way.
True Olympics podcast?
Because like we had the fake one because of COVID and all that. But like this is Olympics year. We're actually doing it. Beginning of it, obviously China starts winning, but we start winning when it comes to swimming, when it comes to gymnastics. Oh, am I boring you over there, Sweet Pea?
Sorry. It's been a long fucking day. Take it easy.
Anyway, we win in those things. We're going to win in basketball. If we don't, it's a goddamn shame. It's like this is the time where we start taking over. Or track and field. Saw that as well.
Fastest man in the planet?
You saw what he said about the NBA championship, though. No?
What did he say?
So there was a lot of pressure on him to win gold because he did this. I disagree with him. I thought it was funny. It's not that big of a deal that he said it, but he was getting interviewed and NBA championship happens. They put the hats on and it's like world champions. He's like, you're in America. He's like, that's not a world champion. That's the U.S. champion. And to that I say Noah Lyles, our king of running fast. It is world championship because it's the best fucking league in the world, and anybody that wants to actually compete with the best players has to come to America to compete. It's not like only Americans play in that. So, like, he's wrong. But he's also fast, so run away, I guess.
Well, is he also going to give shit to the World Series?
Oh, yeah, he said that about all sport. That's what he was saying. He's like, it's stupid that American sports call them world champions.
The only sport you could toe that line, really, soccer, baseball.
But it's not even towing the line in soccer. It's obvious. Like, they would never say world champions in soccer in America because it's obvious.
True.
Baseball, I still think we got it. But you can make an argument at the least. I know what you're saying.
Yeah. I see what he's saying. I don't agree. Basketball, Jason Tatum's got to go rip everybody's jokes. That's like the sports equivalent of joke stealing. Come to this scenario. So
1,000%.
If anybody's watching this right now on the YouTube and I'm slightly tilted, sorry, it's the best I could do this.
Yeah, you look like you're really slowly just falling over.
I'm not falling. I'm not. I'm fine. I'm actually good, even though I'm tilted.
It's okay.
Shout out to that.
You're
band.
doing it like your favorite restaurant, Tilted Kilt. Simone Biles, Mike. This is the time of year where you start to appreciate, or time of 4 years where you start to appreciate gymnastics, and then we'll forget about it for 4 more years, and then we'll come back around and be like, "This is sick." Obviously, she's amazing.
Yeah,
she's so amazing. And again, like, I'm listening to the commentary because I'm like, I don't really know what I'm watching and if it's good or not. Obviously, she's good because she's flying around the air. The commentary was like, hey, she can actively mess this up. And she's doing stuff that's so much better than everybody else that she's still going to outscore them even if she doesn't do it perfectly. I'm like, that's crazy to be that much better than everybody else.
This is true.
And there's a picture of her next to Shaq. She's 4'8" and he's 7'1", and it's crazy.
Isn't she like the oldest gold medal Olympian in the sport ever?
In gymnastics, I think, yeah, she's 27.
It's crazy.
Yeah, man.
Goes to show you how young you have to be to compete in this sport.
You have to be young, have a lot of dexterity, and be really small. Like, there's no big guys out there on the gymnastics floor.
Now, what's crazy is to watch them warm up on the double bar, and like some of them just miss that top bar.
Yeah.
And just smack the fucking ground face first.
Yeah, usually the coaches try to save them and shit. Oh! This is a strange and unusual we forgot about. What about the guy that was doing the pole vault, or was it pole vaulting that you shoot yourself over the bar? And then his big old nutsack just stopped him from getting the medal.
I don't know, Vince. Could have been his hog.
It probably was all of it. But I was just like, dude, what a story. Like, if you can't tell people that you medaled, you can at least say, oh, sorry, I'm packing too much heat. I can't get over it without my penis stopping it from getting me over.
Regardless if he won or lost, he won.
Yeah, because now everybody thinks he's just, like, because what do they give out? Like 20,000 condoms or something like that at the beginning of this Olympics? He's going to be using those for sure.
Can you imagine him explaining that to his buddies?
Oh, he doesn't have to. Dude, everybody saw it. Everybody knows.
But it's still a great. Like, I just.
No, he just goes home and they go, my dog.
Ask me. Why'd I lose?
Yeah.
You know why?
You
Throw
see
it
that?
on the table. Boom.
You see my Pichot on national television?
This avoided the gold right here, but I'm still golden, cuz.
Hey, he's all right. He's golden where it counts.
Yeah, no, guy with the large hog definitely won but lost the Olympics. So what are you going to do?
Shout out to him. If I'm going to lose, that's the way I want to do it. Now,
totally.
Shot put, Mike? You've been on the shot put game? You watch any of that?
I will say the Americans, man, we own this sport, and It is the one Olympic sport you can eat whatever you want, wear sweatpants, and still win gold. It's fantastic. You should see the size of these guys. They look like strong men. They are huge. They are all 3+ bills, all offensive guard body type. And I forget the guy's name. It's like very American. His name's like Ryan Smith.
Yeah.
And he just goes out there breaking records, Olympic records, just spinning. Fucking thing just rolls.
Yeah.
There you go.
I like the grunts.
There's my interpretation. Oh, they like
yeah. Yeah. And you're like, whoa.
And there is Vince and I
That
bringing you verbal adaptations.
That's my vinegar
Lovely
strokes, if you were
sport.
wondering.
Ew.
Yeah, man.
Gross.
That's why I can't hold down a girlfriend. It's a mess. What do they call the chain thing? When they swing the chains around and they like spin their body like 1,000 miles per hour and launch it?
Discus?
Is that what that's called with on the chain? I thought discus was just a frisbee.
Working on the chain.
Gang.
Okay.
That's the sound of the man. Okay. You can't do that.
No, I know. But yeah, no, I know the sport. I swear to God it's discus.
You're probably right. I would get so dizzy. When's the last time you were truly dizzy? When's the last time you were truly dizzy?
I don't know. Anymore, Vince. Sometimes just after 30, it's a wild card. You could just bend down too fast.
Stand up. Yeah.
Like, oh,
yeah.
Oh,
no,
God, this is it.
I implore you to spin around like 20 times tonight and just
no.
It's so much. I got dizzy the other day because I was talking about it with a couple of my friends and they were like, it's fucked up. So I started spinning around and like being dizzy as an adult is not the same as being dizzy as a kid.
No, yeah.
Like I looked around and I was like, it was like I got hit with like a flash grenade. Like I couldn't stand up. I was like falling over and shit. I felt helpless.
Discus Olympic event.
Oh, you're talking into your phone? You are progressing age-wise so quickly.
Shut up, Vince.
We're in the middle of a podcast and you're talking into your phone.
Like I said, I'm turning into my father. Hey Siri.
Hey Siri, go ahead and look up discus for me on the Olympics.
No, all the boomers call her Siri. So,
oh my God.
Hey Siri.
Hammer throw.
Hammer throw.
Yeah, it's hammer throw, and Cameron Rogers won it. Women's hammer throw, same thing. And Nazarov, historic gold medal. There you go.
Shout out to that guy.
A lot of respect to them. They're getting dizzy every day and launching these big metal balls really far. That was the one thing I do remember from the video game that we did mention last week, the PS Olympics game.
Oh, the old PlayStation game? Yeah.
Yeah.
Horribly difficult.
Horribly difficult, which it should be. The Olympics are not easy. There's a couple of these sports, too, that they make it look so easy that you believe that you can do it. You know what I'm saying? Like the fucking chain throw thing.
I would be terrified.
But to me, it just looks like a ball on a chain. Just like spin around a bunch and toss it. You're like, it's not that big of a deal, but it obviously is. Or a shot put, you're like
at the wrong point. I would be spinning. I would get the thing moving,
yeah.
Get some mo going, and I let go. I'd let go at the wrong point, similar to like throwing
knives.
What the frolf.
Yeah.
Sorry, went a little Porky Pig there. The
throw. The disc golf. Yeah.
The disc golf. Sometimes you get going and you hold on to the thing too long, and then you don't know where it's going.
What's cool about? Sorry, go ahead.
Well, no, I'm saying one time I did that accidentally. I hit my friend Tony square in the back of the dome. Thought I killed him.
Well, this is what I'm saying. What's cool about that is disc golf, you have small discs. Hammer throw, you got a big metal ball. So, like, really, you could take a child's life in 1 second.
Oh, you could take a grown
adult's
man's
life.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or your own. What if it gets stuck to your hand and then it just spins back at you?
There's nightmare fuel with this sport.
Hold on, I want to see how many fatalities you can get from this.
That would be my Mortal Kombat character.
Because shot put in like gym class was so bad.
Uneventful.
Hammer throws resulted in 4 deaths in Europe in 2000 alone.
Whoa.
It killed 4 people. That's crazy. I need to get you a goddamn coffee. So
Sorry.
Let's-
Vince, I started
let's-
working today at 8
I know,
o'clock in the morning.
I know. I'm just
I'm
being
on a different
honest. I'm
time
loving ya.
zone. I'm 3 hours ahead of where I'm supposed to be.
You're a late
I'm
night
still
man.
there.
Let's talk about something that's going to get you jacked up, and that something is men's golf. What do you say? Scotty
Hold me down,
Scheff,
boys.
the king of American golf, the king of golf in general, Scotty Scheffler, takes home another one. Saw a lot of people online claiming he's the best golfer in the world. Don't forget about a man named Xander Schauffele with 2 majors this year. Just saying. Want people to know that.
Let's face it, Vince. His track record so far this year, he's won the Masters, 2 majors, an Olympic gold medal, and he was arrested.
He's only won 1 major this year.
Oh, my bad.
One major,
Masters,
came in second in 2,
gold,
went to jail on another one, and came in 3rd in the other, I think.
Gold, prison.
Yeah.
Guys,
I know. He's
absolute dog.
clearly, obviously, the best golfer in the world. I was just,
Free Scotty Scheffler. Oh, never mind. He's free.
Can I'd like to talk to you about a man named Tom Kim.
Who?
Tom Kim.
Tom Kim.
Yeah, he is a South Korean guy.
No way.
He was in the Olympics. Kim. That's crazy, right? He was in the Olympics for golf. He does play on the PGA Tour as well. He came in 5th, 6th, something like that. Didn't medal. So now he's required to go do his mandatory Korean military service, because in South Korea, you're required to do military service if you're in a war, if you're currently at war. And they've been at war with North Korea since the 50s. So every single young guy in Korea needs to go to the army and at least train, not fight generally, but train. And that's where all of BTS is right now. They're all in the military service. That's why we haven't seen a game or a song from them. Excuse me. Sorry, there's a fly in my room.
You have a fly?
Yeah, there's a fly over there. This guy's flying around. So Tom Kim, the only way you can get out of it is if you medal in an international competition like this. He didn't end up medaling. He's gonna have to go to the army now.
So let me get this straight. If you don't medal, you have to go. Wow.
Yeah. And meanwhile, Scotty Scheffler is just doing it for the love of the game. It sucks, man.
That is some real culture shock, right?
Yeah.
Imagine you don't medal. Yeah, you got to go to war now. Sorry.
Right.
Thank you.
But exactly,
but it's not like it's
we would go too,
Yeah.
But it can be in a moment's notice.
It's not like it's like a real. It's a conflict, yes, but North Korea, Rocket Man, whatever you want to call him.
Yeah.
Rodman's best friend.
Yep.
They just ponder, they just posture in the global.
Well, yeah,
arena.
because once that happens, it's going to be a whole other fucking issue.
Well,
but
yeah.
in this off chance that it
end
can,
of
we might be having a top 10, 15 golfer out there shooting at the North Koreans. That's crazy.
Well, how many years of service does he have to put in?
I think 4. I think 4 is the mandatory requirement.
Dang. How young is he?
He's got to be pretty young, I assume.
I'm curious.
BTS is pretty young. He's 22, so yeah, right around that age. 22 years old from Seoul, South Korea. So yeah, I feel bad for him. I don't think if you want to go to the army, you shouldn't have to. But this is not America. So America's done this shit also for honestly worse reasons. So Tom Kim, good luck. Unfortunate.
Hey, we sent Ted Williams to war, right? He flew fighter pilots.
We sent Joey D to war. We sent DiMaggio to war. We sent everybody to war.
That's when America was America.
What, in World War II?
Runs. You hit home runs. You still went and flew an airplane and shot some Nazis.
What's fun about this conversation is it's going to apply to a conversation later on in the podcast.
Oh.
Boom.
Can't wait.
Can't wait. Can we talk about basketball?
I like basketball.
On
More
one side,
golf.
yes. Yeah. On one side of basketball, we're doing great. We're doing exactly what's expected. On the other side of basketball, we're already out. We're already kicked out.
What, the 3-on-3?
Yeah, the Jimmer Fredette-led 3-on-3 team fucking sucked. Jimmer got injured. Jimmer couldn't play a couple of the games.
Yeah, I called this out last week.
Dude,
It's over.
And also, uneducated swine, all right? Everybody's like, why didn't we just fucking throw our 3 other best players we got around here? You can't. You're not allowed to. You have to play in a 3-on-3 league to qualify for it, and that team goes. Just saying. So everybody's saying that like they're the first person that thought of it. They're not, and you're wrong. But yeah, what the fuck?
Come on, Tony Stell's looking to get signed by another team. You go out, you bring him in, Cinderella story, boom, we're going gold. But
That's kind of where I'm at too. It's like there's a couple more retired guys who can probably get. They probably just don't want to commit to playing overseas for like months on end for 3-on-3 basketball every 4 years. But it's just a shame, honestly. I wanted to see them at least get kind of far.
Yeah. I kind of knew when they lost to Poland, it was over.
Yeah, I mean,
No
yeah.
offense to Poland, just saying.
Just basketball in Poland. That's like
That's
basketball in
scary.
Nebraska. Like, what are we talking about here?
I mean, Big Ten schools are naturally good at basketball.
No, but like high school.
True.
You're not getting, I mean, the first guy to come out of Maine is Cooper Flack. You know what I'm saying, though? You got that on one end, and meanwhile, you got the fucking Monstars on the other end because the U.S. men's team destroyed Brazil yesterday. Embiid going off in the first half. Finally, welcome to the party. He's not asking for fouls the whole time. Kevin Durant officially passes Lisa Leslie as the most decorated scorer in Olympic history. So that's pretty sick. He's got more points than anybody in the Olympic Games. Kind of cool, man. We're now in the semifinals. Just steamrolled Brazil, and now they're going up against Serbia with a friendly or non-friendly foe that we may be used to by the name of Nikola Jokic.
Yeah, I think they're gonna smoke them too.
They will. I mean, certainly they will, but yeah.
If they don't win this hands down, there's a lot of issues. But what I will say, can you imagine being like a good amateur basketball player in your respective sport in your country? So let's just say Brazil.
Yeah.
Or maybe France. Or where? Australia.
Yep. Giddy.
And you're playing this team, and it's now like, and now checking in for LeBron James,
Yeah.
Kevin Durant, and you're like, fuck.
Yeah, like what is this?
What
It's
is this shit? Who decided this was okay?
You'll see like Puerto Rico, like Puerto Rican guys will be like, 5'11", 6 foot, whatever it may be, and you'll see them standing next to like Victor Wembanyama, and it's just like how are they supposed to be
Victor
competing?
Wembanyama is a Frenchman though, Vince. Played in France.
I know, but I'm just saying, like, because even so, like, you got the big guys, and France has played well. But even same thing, Bam Adebayo versus like a 6'5" Puerto Rican center. You're like,
Good luck, man.
This is ridiculous. This is ridiculous what we're looking at right now. It all comes down to the men's basketball team should destroy every other team, bar none. They're gonna win everything, and if they don't, like, it's congrats to the team, but it's mostly a fail by the U.S. team.
Yeah, I'd agree with that statement. I think it's a definite. We need to win by 20-plus points every game.
Yeah, man.
There's no doubt. It needs to happen. Yeah, if I had to throw a dart, U.S. is winning gold. Now, what about the women's basketball team? Are they doing any good? I'm assuming.
To be honest, with the lack of Caitlin Clark, I do not know. I don't know. I assume they're playing really well. No, I just haven't heard about it because Caitlin Clark's not playing. Yeah, I'm kind of letting the Olympics come to me, man. Like, I'll put it on in the morning if I'm chilling. Like, outside of that, I'm seeing all the highlights and like, because all of it's going on at what, 4 a.m., 5 a.m.
Yeah, I'm not good at this whole like waking up to watch stuff thing. Like, I like my beauty sleep. It's nice.
I only like doing that at like the World Cup every now and then. That's the only time I'll do something like that. But I'm not doing that for the Olympics. The women better fucking win, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean they got a dad on their team. They better fucking win.
Yeah, that's true. Papa or whatever the fuck she wants to go by. Yeah.
Pop.
Hey,
it's like the cringiest moment in the WNBA next to, and they both surround around the same person, which I think is great. Remember when that coach of the Phoenix Mercury was like, come on, guys, we're not going to show up for BG?
Yeah.
I couldn't believe that there weren't that many people in the crowd tonight. It's like, nobody gives a shit, bro.
Yeah, that was...
Best trade in sports history, the
Merchant of Death for Brittany Griner. Yeah.
Yeah, merchant of death, Brittany Griner. Fair trade.
Yeah,
Send it.
that's crazy. It is crazy. Now there's another candy ass team north of the border. I don't know if you heard about this, Mike.
Team's that, bro.
So like the fucking Canadian team, bro. Let me tell you, the Canadian team was supposed to be good, kinda, but they got Jamal Murray, they got Lou Dort, they got a man by the name of Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. They got a man by the name of Kelly Olynyk on that team. Whatever that one guy that was being annoying that was on the Grizzlies a couple of years ago, Dylan Brooks, he's on that team too. They got beat by France because Wemby's that good. Honestly.
Yeah, Wemby's a dog, man.
He's so good. Like, we're going to be talking about him from the beginning to the end of this podcast, truly.
Really?
I believe it. He'll play in the league for 18 to 20 years. We'll be 50s.
This doesn't end.
We'll be in our 50s. You think we're doing this till we're 50?
We're doing this till the fucking heart
I'm
stops,
in.
kid.
I'm in, man, but
Right.
50's a long time.
Just saying. Welcome back. It is the Taxi Squad podcast.
Yeah.
Somehow
No,
I
you
become
start
an old
using
dude
young.
guy.
You start using young slang because you're aging like backwards.
I really thought this last week. in
I'm talking
sports
to my
was
phone, and you're like,
so
all you got to
bad.
do is just go on AI, Vince. Like, you're teaching me shit.
You know, as you get older in life, you slowly realize you're becoming your father. And some days
Yeah.
that's great, and other days it's not so great. So
Yeah. I sent you
I
a Zell.
digress. Mike, don't worry. I'll Zell you. Also, make sure you get up, exercise, and then go wash the cars. I'm not kidding. I've done this same routine for like the past 3 weeks, and you just feel good. It's like
Yeah.
something I got accomplished that day, right?
You finished it out, and then you have the rest of the day ahead of you. The only
Right.
problem is you're tired as shit the rest of the day.
Well, that's what gaming's for, Vince. I have a team to lead. Speaking of
Yep.
your NCAA team
Yep.
in the NCAA 25, which Vince and I are still going to bring the Twitch material.
We
We're figuring
spent
it out.
I spent 4 hours on Sunday trying to figure
4 hours. I spent 2 of it. with them.
Yeah. Trying to figure out how to set up a stream deck. If anybody's listening to this that does Twitch, now I sound like Mike because I don't know what the fuck to do. Like I spent so much time trying to find the right sources and to stream through Discord, and I am just at my wit's end. Meanwhile, I got Dingus on the other line like, why don't you just turn on the Twitch and we could just go on it? I'm like, you fucking asshole. It's not how it works. I'm like fuming, and you're like, just hit the record button.
Vince, it's not that hard. Just call
Yeah.
the Twitch. Tell them
Yeah.
we're trying to get on.
Yeah, did you just
And-
call
and
Twitch?
let's- Vince, just call the Twitch. It's not possessive. Vince, the Twitch.
That's like going on Facebook and being like, I can't delete it. Let me call Facebook. You're like, what do you mean?
They don't have customer support.
It is more difficult than I previously anticipated to get more than one person on Twitch page. I'm figuring it out. If anybody has anything for me, send it my way. But outside of that, like, I'm figuring it out now so we can get a couple games in. So technically, the game that we played didn't count.
For the record, I smoked Vince.
I don't know. Where's the video evidence?
I hit record.
You just got to hit record on Twitch. That's it.
Mike, call the Twitch.
Call the Twitch. Yeah.
Either way,
You beat
give
me
an
by
update
less
of your
than you
time.
should have. Yeah, I will say that.
Okay, whatever. Dub's a dub. But tell me about your dynasty.
I've been recruiting scramblers because fast quarterback is the cheat code in that game. There's a couple scramblers. Paddy wagon. Don't know if you can hear it.
Another
and
one.
It's passed. There's a couple scramblers in that game when you're recruiting that have 98 speed. And I don't care if you have a 96 or 97 ranked field general dude on that team. The best thing you can do is get an 83 overall, 98 speed quarterback. It's impossible to stop them. I've had 3 national championships in a row. I'm playing on All-American, not Heisman, so lick my butt. I'm not going to go all the way up
So
there.
you
I'm trying to
just
have
run
fun.
all the time because you're afraid to pass because the AI
No,
is
I
insane
scramble.
with passing on
Yeah.
All-American.
Oh, I think 2 interceptions a game average. Like I finished last season with 17 interceptions. Second worst in the league was 9. So like it's bad. It's bad.
Dude, it is insane the difficulty scale from all pro, or from varsity to all American.
Oh,
To
yeah.
the point. I threw 4 picks in one half. I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm not doing this. This isn't fun anymore.
Yeah, I was like,
the
Mike, you have to
problem
play
is-
on All American. You're like, I just did that. I had 4 interceptions. I'm like, yeah, man.
And it was so frustrating. Wife walks in
Yeah.
the room. She's like, what's wrong? I'm like, leave it alone.
We're never going to get recruits if I can't win games.
I just got the head coaching job at Duke, and this is going to fucking ruin it all.
Your first really bad marital fight is that. You're just trying to recruit some players. It's like, what's up
God, I
pestering
hope
me?
not.
I have work to do.
Babe, listen. Fire alarms, fictitious football team. Get it together.
Pick one. Yeah,
Done.
fuck the podcast. You're a coach now.
Fuck the podcast. Fuck fire alarms. I am leading Duke to a national title in my fictitious football team. Okay?
Valid. I like
Done.
it. I was going to say, you're at Duke now. Last time we checked in, you
Well-
were at Tulsa?
Yeah, wrapped up Tulsa. Still got 3 weeks left when I get back to wrap up the season on a high note. Won the AC Championship American Conference. Now I'm in the playoffs. First game was against West Virginia. In West Virginia, electric, difficult team. Very
Yep.
difficult team. Very difficult. And won that game by an eyelash on varsity. The difficulty goes up in playoff games for whatever reason.
Oh, it does.
Uh,
I played Georgia on All American. It was like 72-64 or something like that. Like, it's stupid.
Yeah, so did that whole spin. Now I'm following this game up with Tulsa, number 9 ranked Tulsa, against Michigan in the semifinal. So I'm probably going to get smoked. I've come to that
No, I believe in you.
realization. Unless I just do the game manager, run the ball. Have a Heisman running back, by the way. Guy's an absolute freak.
Heisman QB because he led the league in rushing yards.
Correct. So got the running back, the All-American, and the Heisman Award. So that's
Attaboy.
impressive. My sim defense, top 10 in the league. Fantastic.
Yep.
And then, I'm going to go lead a great program out in Carolina. So
Yeah.
make Duke a basket or a football school once again.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
So I'm excited for that next journey. But what I'm more excited for, Vince, is college football returns now in
Yeah, man.
T-minus 2 weeks.
Yeah, man.
And I am so just like, I look at the 12-team playoff and I'm like, fuck off. Yeah, this is going to be great.
It's going to be so fun. I'm
Like
really looking
home
forward to it.
college football games,
Yep.
stop it. Home college football playoffs, stop it. Electric.
Did you see the coaches poll that was released 2 days ago?
I did not.
Where do you believe that your boys are ranked?
USC?
Yeah.
On a coaches poll.
Yep, they're top 25. I will tell you that now.
Was it ESPN?
Isn't it all the coaches? USLBM coaches poll.
I'm going to put Lincoln Riley, who many listeners of this podcast do not like for many different reasons.
Why? Oklahoma?
Oklahoma, Stoops dick rider,
Oh, yeah.
never built a team. I could go on and on and on and on.
Yeah,
as to why
Nepo
those things-
baby. Yeah.
Nepo
Can't lead
baby,
a defense.
Can't lead a
yeah.
defense. All those
Mhm.
things. Some of those are true, granted.
Agreed.
The defense part still has never been able to figure that out.
Yeah,
But that motherfucker can recruit. I'll just say
100%.
that much.
100%.
Now,
Don't look it up either. I need you
I'm
to.
not.
Okay.
22.
Ooh, 23.
Called
Real close.
See, I know
Real
my team.
close.
I know my team. Now, where does Notre Dame rank in your
Where
very
do
young
you,
head
Where
coach?
do you think, Mike?
13.
Nope.
Top 10.
Yeah.
That's a joke, bro.
Where do you
That is
think, Mike?
so dumb.
Where do you
That's
think,
fucking
Mike?
stupid.
Where do
No.
you think,
What
Mike?
has he done?
Where do you
played
think?
Marshall?
Riley
No.
Leonard, dog. Defense, dog. They were dogging all year last year. Put you guys in the dirt. Put us at number 7 to begin the year. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. The helmets are shining, young man.
Yeah, what? For setting yourself up for a first-round playoff bounce, as you always do?
We're gonna
maybe
be all
losing,
right.
maybe losing to Oklahoma State in the PlayStation Fiesta Bowl in Arizona 3 years ago when you were leading by 25 at halftime.
You remember these things out of spite. That's crazy.
Okay, I'll go back. The year before, Caleb Williams, you go to USC, okay, and get your absolute shit pushed in.
Yeah, and then Caleb
Shit runs
Williams
down your
comes.
leg.
Caleb Williams comes,
Some
and then what
meatballs rolled
happens?
down my leg, thinking my
What
balls.
happens? What
Thinking
happens when
my
Caleb
balls
Williams
fell off.
What happens when
You think
Caleb
that's
Williams?
funny?
No, stop. What happens when Caleb Williams plays Notre Dame though?
First game,
Recency bias. Recency. I'm saying last one.
One.
What the last game they played?
Oh yeah, he did not show up that game. He was not that guy, pal.
And I'm not
But-
gonna hate on him because he's my quarterback. But like, hey man,
Quarterback.
but
quarterback, man. To the point, had zero protection.
Yeah.
Best wide receiving option on that team was Brendan Rice, who was a 7th round draft pick, and a very
very
young
good,
Zachariah
but
Branch.
yeah. And no defense.
Zachariah,
Right.
Zachariah Branch, no defense to get him the ball back, and an offensive line that was Elijah Vera Tucker, gone.
Yeah.
Half of the top top prospects of that offensive line drafted after 2022. So
Mhm.
I don't want to hear it.
Yeah, I just
want-
Notre Dame's 7. That's mostly why I want to talk about it. Now, who do you think is at 1?
Georgia.
Easy call. I'll read off the top 10 right now. Georgia, Ohio State, Oregon, Ohio State, Oregon, Texas, Alabama at 5. Alabama, new coach, don't forget it. Nick Saban no longer. Things you got to remember as you start going into the year. Ole Miss at 6, all offense, no D. Notre Dame 7, Michigan 8, Penn State 9, Florida State 10. Missouri almost sneaking in 10 at 11, which is pretty dope. Kansas continually ranked now. Other than that, it's pretty par for the course, pretty chalk. Utah is in there as well. Kansas State making it 17. So not bad. Interested to see how all this shit goes. Iowa ranked 25 too. If they can actually play offense this year, they actually might be a good team. So that's what you got for the coaches poll right now, Mike.
Yeah. None of it's going to matter come the early part of October, Vince. So roll it.
Yeah, I
But
agree. You got to
speaking of college
prove it on
football,
the field, man.
Some interesting news coming out of Texas's camp right now.
Yeah.
Their 5-star commit running back, CJ Baxter, who's going into his junior year, redshirt junior year, will require season-ending surgery on his knee. So he will no longer be a part of this epic team that they're building out there in Texas. Quinn Ewers. What were they ranked again on that list, Texas?
They are ranked number 4.
Yeah, I mean, they've been building a defense. I give the Booger Eater some very good props on building a defense. He
Yeah.
had a top draft pick in the middle of this year. Has some 5-star recruits coming in. They're going to be a team to beat. Now, we'll see what sorry-ass Venables does out in OU. And that's going to be interesting to pay attention to.
Well,
They
I'm
do
interested
have
to
a
see
big
how
class
that.
coming.
I'm interested to see how that offense runs. To be honest, I'm interested to see a lot of stuff with that, but I'm mostly interested about that offense.
Do we bring back the legend himself to discuss some CFB?
I think we do.
Okay.
Got to make sure we get that man a camera, though.
Spread it out into the world.
Yeah, the people
Speak
need to
our
hear it.
distance.
Now, do we
People
see
need to hear it.
record-breaking numbers from Ollie Gordon this year?
Ollie
Oklahoma-
Gordon.
Oklahoma State, number 1 running back in the entire nation this year.
Oh, the guy who got caught drinking?
Yeah.
Totally. Yeah,
He's
because
such
Mike
a
Gundy's going to
dog.
reward him with all the touches.
That's what I'm
I mean-
saying. He's ranked number 1. He's an absolute dog. Like, I don't see a way where he doesn't shatter some
mean,
records.
Come on now, brother. We haven't all just gone out and had 4 or
Yeah.
5 small batch bourbons and decided
I've
to
done
drive
that
home. I mean, it was a
1,000
20
times.
It was a 20-minute drive, brother. It was straight down the road.
I
got
drunk
lane
drive
keep
for
assist.
4 years in a row.
I got lane keep assist, brother. That keeps me in the lines. Sir, you swerved. I'm just correcting it.
Yeah.
It's not perfect.
Do you know who I
Can't
am?
turn
I'm a
for
Hall
me.
of Fame baseball person.
Yeah, TLR.
Gets to the best
We're going
of
to
us.
surprise some people this year, Vince. We're surprising people.
I would like to see Ollie Gordon have a year, though. That guy's an absolute monster. Outside of the drinking and driving, don't do that's bad. TV for the Bears. We've
Bears.
been talking about it.
The Bears.
First,
Zestiest QB in the.
I love him, dude. I like a
He's
little
so
zest in my
zesty.
quarterbacks.
He's a little zesty. Like he could take like an orange and like a grater and
Yeah.
just zest. He's
100%.
zesting the football team.
Yeah. So Hard Knocks came out. First episode came out yesterday.
Haven't watched it yet.
You haven't watched it yet?
I can't. The fucking TV doesn't have the streaming, and I can't. Okay, I can't do the casting.
Oh
and
no!
none of it works. So I haven't been able to watch it.
No!
What?
It's so good. So many funny things happen. It makes you laugh. It makes you cry.
Do you get a little?
No. It's like the one thing with this is like you can watch the other teams and you're like, oh, you're following the storylines, all fine and dandy.
Yeah.
I am microanalyzing everything that's happening in this fucking television show. It's so bad.
Glasses are on. Hold on. Ready?
And so
glasses are on, and he's like, okay, let the episode begin.
Well, it's kind of like he said this, but what did he really mean by that? Like that kind of shit, you know? And we can talk about this because you saw it all too. I love him. I'm excited for the whole scenario. This is great. There's a little bit to Caleb Williams where I'm like, slow down there, Charlie. Like, I know you were the first overall pick. I know you got paid a lot of money, but like, chill out a little bit. Like he's doing, I don't know. His like demeanor is very like he was going up to Tyson Bagent and he was like, you know, come on now, you're going to do great, all this stuff. I'm like, I'm sure Tyson Bagent doesn't want to hear that from a 2-week rookie in minicamp. Like he's already played a season. Like Caleb Williams hasn't played a season yet. Like part of it's like, hey, like, you know, earn your chops regardless of where you were drafted. That's kind of where I feel. If he's good, it doesn't matter. That's the reality of it. But like, I don't know if I want him to be this confident or not. You kind of want him to be, but you kind of don't.
He's your quarterback. Tom Brady is an undrafted rookie free agent, went up to the owner of the football team and said, I'm the best decision this organization has ever made.
Which Caleb Williams said that too. I'd be fine with it. It's more just like, I don't know.
You want your star quarterback to be a confident leader. And I understand your position on this matter, saying that, yeah, bro, you haven't proved yourself yet.
He's a rookie.
It's like
spent 3 weeks. Yeah.
It's like a new guy who starts in our business, for example, who would start in your business and tries to son you.
Yeah.
And he might be like 2 years older than you. Right?
Yeah. And
it's like, bro, you've been here for a cup of coffee. I've been here for an X amount of time. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
You know, I've had some of them. And then some of the other elder players, I guess they like him. I don't know. You know, Armani Toomer had some comments recently. Another former sports star with a podcast, saying that what Caleb Williams did, telling his teammates to clean up after themselves, is wrong.
Yeah. Well, no, he was right about that.
I mean, clean up after yourself.
I mean, if there's examples like that, stuff is great. I think it's more like they did a slip and slide and that was fun and shit. Like I don't know. He has every reason to be confident. Every reason. He got drafted high. He was number 1 guy. Comes in doing that stuff. Everybody's telling him he's the shit and stuff. It's just like when guys are like this and then the first sign of trouble comes, I'm concerned. Because it's like, oh no, if he can't be like showboat, I'm the man, I got drafted number 1. Like, what's going to happen when that happens? And it's going to happen. It always does.
The minute this kid has a bad game.
Yeah. It's fucked. It's fucked because he's talking. Fire. It's fucked. Like, and also, and they say this, I mean, you saw the Saban thing. Like, Peyton Manning had, 28 interceptions his freshman year? Or his rookie year?
Yeah, broke a rookie interception.
Yeah,
broke an NFL record for interceptions.
Realistically, Caleb Williams could be good, and that could still happen. And, like, what's going to happen if he can't go, like, you know, like, bear down shit? Like, if it's not going to work.
Well, if it doesn't work within the first 5 weeks, here's the conversation. Ready?
Tyson
your local
Bagent.
Sports radio. Your local sports radio. Okay. Yeah. I'm calling in. Ready?
Yep.
Go ahead.
Hey, this is caller number 5. You have a take on the Chicago Bears, please. After you.
Listen, Vince, I've seen enough of this kid, okay? And we had Justin Fields in the building, and
Listen,
we
I hear
traded
ya.
him,
Yep.
okay?
Mhm.
We
Yep.
traded him, all right? And now you bring in this prima donna kid who wears lipstick,
Hey, now,
and
all
he
right,
has
okay.
painted fingernails, okay?
Mhm.
And he's thrown 17 interceptions in
Yeah.
4 games, okay?
Yeah, I get it. Yep.
So technically, that's 4.
It's wrong, and we should have kept Justin.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's no. Incorrect.
There it is. There it is.
Well, because
No,
then also
that-
we're gonna get. Hey, you know how the condition that Tyson Bagent stays in all year. You can throw him in. He did great last year, and he just took him out. He deserves a chance. Get this guy out. Get this fairy out of here.
like the minute that, yeah, exactly. Like Tyson Bagent talks about his mile burpee or whatever it is.
Mhm.
The kid's his dad's a former power lifter, was in the movie Over the Top with Sylvester Stallone. Great
Yeah.
film, great 80s film.
Great film. Great 80s film.
Great 80s film. Actually horrible. But
Yeah.
his dad was in that movie, and his dad's kind of a cool cat and known to be a power lifter. So Tyson Bagent, skinny boy, a lot of college starts, has good experience.
And
won an NFL game.
I forgot who said it on the Bears, but they said, because he looks skinny in the uniform, but he's built like that. That's what they were saying. He's built like that. That guy is.
He is definitely
trim.
built for speed and not for comfort.
Yeah.
So he's a dog. But no, of course, Chicago's going to be on fire the minute he has.
This is what I'm saying. That's why, where is he from? California?
No.
Or Oklahoma? Or Texas?
No. He's actually from Washington, D.C.
Caleb Williams?
Yeah.
Oh, that's weird. I never pegged him as an East Coast guy.
Yeah, everybody would think, he went to Modern Day or some football factory of a high school. No, he went to Washington and broke every high school Washington passing record of every
Yeah.
He's on the leaderboard for every he's the best thing that ever happened to that school. So yeah, no, dude, he's a absolute unit. He's always been amazing.
Crossed.
So it's going to be one of those situations where he's going to have to go through his lumps like any rookie does, but he has no excuses to not be successful. So
right. Everything's in front of him. The only, you can't even blame the coaches at that point after a while. It's you have everybody. You got DJ Moore buttoned up with a new deal. That's also a thing to go over in Hard Knocks. Watch it. It's good. There's one scene that's really good. And I'm not going to spoil it for you. You're going to enjoy it.
One? Just one?
No, it's not tear jerking. It's laugh jerking. Maybe a tear from laughing. You might get
That's
it.
awesome.
So,
well, is that first scene when the music starts
yeah. And it's
And,
in
they-
1932, George Hallis started. It's and the Bears are the world champions. It's all I need is 4 feet of space. The Walter Payton fucking saying. It, dude, yeah, I got.
aggressively breathing, just.
Yeah, I was rock hard. Yeah, you see some guy in the background that's just breathing, just swallowing a Italian beef full.
Just super
It's
fan.
hey, bud. Yeah, the Bears.
Just give me another Polish sausage, Bob.
Yeah.
This is beautiful.
He threw another interception. Give me Polish sausage.
I mean, it's got to be beautiful. I'm very excited to watch it, so don't bury the lead. I'm excited to really deep dive in this. We'll do a 2-episode review next week.
Fine. Get on
Home episode, not away episode. All right. Let's talk about things far
Best
less
for
promising.
Best for last.
Let's talk about our beloved team that plays baseball in the American League Central. Existence started in 1900 or 1800s. Used to be the Chicago White Stockings, who are now the beloved Chicago White Sox. Sucks.
Chicago White sucks. Yeah.
Well, Vince buried the lead. The White Sox broke their aggressive losing record last evening. Hooray! Hit the thing.
So,
hit the button. Hit the
oh
button.
yeah. Sorry.
He said numerous
Okay.
I need a sadder one.
Oh, how about this? Or like, because it is kind of comedy.
It's
you
a
know?
joke, okay, people. Is that
That was
a
a
bicycle?
No, it was a triangle. The White Sox, for people that don't know, or people that haven't been following, the White Sox were on track to do one of the most insane things that we've seen in the last 100+ years. 100+, just under 100, whatever it may be. Chicago White Sox lost 20 in a row in historic fashion. There was a chance. Now, the record was 23, correct me if I'm wrong. There was a chance that if the White Sox lost out this week, they would play the Chicago Cubs at home on firework night. So the Cubs would beat them, and they would blow off fireworks for breaking the record for most games lost in a row. That didn't end up happening. They won. I'm kind of pissed about it. I wanted that to happen. I wanted it to happen.
I'm a little mad. A little
Yeah.
sad. Very sad. I don't know. It's just like you don't care. It's so difficult to care.
It's what we call
Because,
apathy.
So I saw an article in the Sun-Times
Yeah.
the other day that read, Jerry Reinsdorf has closed-door meeting with Pedro Grifol and Chris Getz on White Sox future. And I'm like,
All 7 brain cells?
what are you going to discuss?
Yeah.
How terrible this team is?
Yeah.
How awful the roster construction has been?
Hey,
how
Pedro, why is
anything worth of value you've moved for barely anything?
Why is Nicky Lopez hitting exactly how he's been hitting his whole career? I don't understand why he's not way better when he comes to the White Sox. Like a fucking idiot.
Okay, that you bring in this new kid who is trying very hard, and I give him credit. He actually looks halfway decent.
Yeah.
My Uncle Steve, still shout out to Uncle Steve, great man.
Yeah.
Religiously watches the White Sox, regardless
Still?
of how good or bad they are. Watches them.
Oh, Jesus. What a masochist.
He does this. And he loves them more than most things in this planet.
Mm-hmm.
And he texts me after every game. So he texted me Monday night, July 29th. I knew it. A new franchise record. Sunday. Well, do you think we'll top the 1961 Phillies 23-game consecutive loss record? I said, yes, we will. And then yesterday, is this our night? Question mark, exclamation point. Sox win. Sox win. I'm like, you know what? Just because he's excited, I'm kind of excited too.
Yeah, which like he's a better fan than I will say that 100%. Yep.
Wait, there's more.
Yep.
Just text me about an hour ago.
After the game. Yeah.
Uh-oh, winning streak is over.
Here we go again. I know, dude.
So-
It's apathy, as I've said before. It's not like I'm not sad about it. I'm not happy that they won. I have no feelings about it. It's fucking funny. It's funny that a guy that makes every decision to make the team as bad as possible now has to reap the quote-unquote benefits of having a team that's so bad that they can't win a game in fucking 21 games. Like, yeah, duh. It's like you're going to take a test and you don't read the book and you don't study. And then you go in and you fail the test. And it's like, yeah, no shit. Like, it's so obvious. Do you want to read your World War II stat, Mike? Or do you want me to?
Oh. No, I'll read this. This is a
Okay.
fun one for all of
Yeah.
our listeners who are into historical data.
Yeah.
So we've also gone down the historical data that we might have almost come close to beating the 1963 Phillies for 23 losses in a row.
Well, no, that was in the 30s, I think, to be honest.
No, 1961 Phillies game.
Was it?
Phillies 23 consecutive games lost.
Okay.
Now, we come
Yeah,
close to that
61, you're right.
historical mark. Now,
Yep.
the worst record in Major League Baseball history by any manager ever was held by a gentleman by the name of Vince.
Do you want me to say it?
Say
Dr. James Prothro. licensed dentist who
name.
managed the Phillies during World War II.
So he's the last manager with this bad of a losing record, next to none other than our beloved Pedro Gaffal, who still has a job, by the way.
2 managers, 200 games, winning percentage under .333. World War II versus the Olympics. That's the craziest thing going on in the world right now. It's like, you can't blame him. This is what I've been saying. Like,
You can blame him. He sucks.
what else is he supposed to do, though? I'm not saying he's good, but I'm just saying, like,
Ozzy, and I hate to be this homer, but if
yeah,
Ozzy
you're right.
had the same group of fucking idiots,
He's yelling at them all. Yeah. Or just like, he would make them take BP and stretch. Eloy 4 for 6 in his first 6 at bats with the Orioles as well. So maybe that is because
he running?
people start
Is he
stretching.
actually running or no?
Yeah, I think they're making him stretch, and somehow it's helping him. Very weird concept. I don't understand how that worked out. Wow. Yeah. Wow. Incredible.
Can you imagine he gets there and he's like, "What is stretching?"
Yeah. Oh, I've never heard of this. You just go up, play ball.
Stretching? What's that? Oh,
Just
I
go
should
hit-
bend down, touch toe. Okay.
I'm just trying to go hit baseball. Like, yeah,
Alrighty.
they're what we thought the A's would be. To be honest,
I didn't think they would have more losses than the A's right now.
that's what I'm saying. The White Sox are what we thought the A's were. They're worse than the A's. Insanely
Vince, should
worse.
we do a family field trip to Sacramento next year to watch the White Sox play the A's in Sacramento? I feel like it would be so much fun.
I feel like it would be depressing, but I'm in. I've never been to California, so
Yeah, that shouldn't be your first time in California. We should go to
Sacramento.
Newport Beach.
Yeah, I'll go to a Kings game. Light the beam, baby.
Light the beam. Yeah, baseball's a depressing thing right now.
It's hard to follow, man. I've been watching, like, and obviously, like, I'll track all the stats because I'm a fucking nerd. But like, outside of like some Yankees stuff, some Dodgers stuff, I seen the Phillies lose like every game last week and then kind of come back to earth. Outside of that, I'm like, call me when the playoffs come. Usually, I'm every game like at least following it what the White Sox are doing. It's pointless. It doesn't have anything to do. They've changed the draft rules where them being this bad is actually like worse for them. They're going to get like the 7th pick now. Like, it's stupid. It's brutal. What are we doing?
So the White Sox are going to White Sox, Vince. We'll get some good pitching talent out of it, which is what we do. They wind up getting traded. We get something in return, like a bag of baseballs, and wow.
If they ever win again, we were fans of them at the literal worst of times.
Here's what's so funny about this. Ready? American League. Let's go in the AL East. New York Yankees, 68-46. First place. Team in last place, 15.5 games back. Toronto Blue Jays, 50.
Oh yeah, I like where you're going with this. I know what you're gonna do now. Yeah.
AL West.
Yep.
Seattle, tied for first place with Houston. Both records 59-55.
Yeah.
Texas in third place at 54-61. And the very last place is the Oakland Athletics, 48-68. 14 games out of first place. Oh, 12 actually. Not as bad as I thought.
Yeah, they just played the Sox. They got a couple back.
Let's talk about the AL Central, shall we?
Shall we? Yeah. I got a follow-up too
Cleveland-
after this.
Cleveland Indians, Guardians. 67 wins, 47 losses.
Yep.
Minneapolis, Minnesota. 63-50, 3.5 games out of first.
Yep.
KC, 63-52, 4.5 games out of first. Detroit Tigers, 54-60, 13 games out of first place. Spencer Torkelson not being who he was supposed to be.
Right.
And then in dead fucking last with a grand total of 28 wins and 89 losses.
How many games back?
We have the Chicago White Sox, who are 40.5 games back.
That's insane.
The White Sox people are in jeopardy of losing 100 games.
100 plus. They're going to for
they
sure.
win 30.
That's so bad.
Let me repeat that. The
Yep.
White Sox are in jeopardy
Yep.
of losing 100 games before they win 30.
Mm-hmm. And you want to know the coolest part about all this? So
What, Vince? I'm sad.
the highest paid coach in the league is a man by the name of Craig Counsell. The Cubs aren't as good as they wanted to be, but they're almost 500. It's fine. The second highest paid manager in the league is a man named Pedro Grifol. And he manages. So they'll sign a guy and pay him more than any other manager in the league, but won't pay a contract for a player and just allow him to just ruin the team. Mind you, second highest paid guy wasn't even a head coach before he comes to Chicago. Like, big brained move out here. So happy we did all of it. I'm glad to see that Tony La Russa was right. They are surprising people this year. They really are. Who would have thunk?
You got the picture of Mike and TLR anywhere, Vince, that you could bring onto the screen for everybody?
Yeah. Let me go find it real quick. I don't know if I do or not, but I can find it.
Show everybody me in this lovely old swamp.
It might be impossible for me to find. Let me find it.
That's fine. It's okay. It exists somewhere in the ether,
Yeah.
So we don't got to even look at it.
Yeah.
I thought Yoel Moncada would come back. That was going to be something that I thought about. But, Vince, I look forward to the future. Everybody here in lovely Beantown is infatuated with their baseball team.
The Red Sox are good this year.
They are good. They're good every year, usually. I mean, they have down and up.
Last year they were pretty bad. Yeah. But they don't stay down for long. Yeah.
They have a rough year, and then they always usually bounce back.
Right.
It's just, I guess when you get into sport towns quite like Boston, that has championships.
Recent championships.
Right. Recent championships. And the Bruins and the Pats.
Patriots, yeah.
It's like I walked into a training room today, and sure as shit, there was a XXIX Super Bowl Patriots football in a glass case sitting in the training room. And I was like, the branch manager came into the room like, everything you need here, good? I said, yep, I know I'm in New England. Tell me you're in New England without telling me you're in New England. Here you go.
Man. It's like I can't fathom the feeling.
Chicago.
I can't fathom, I'm like, granted, grand scheme of things, you look at other states, we've won a decent amount in the last 25 years, collectively. Blackhawks, Sox, Cubs, But I can't fathom what a Super Bowl feels like. I don't know what it feels like for a team that everybody collectively supports to win something. I know the Blackhawks are Chicago's team, but they're also definitely not the most popular in Chicago. I can't even realize or understand what it would be like if the Bears won the Super Bowl. I think it would destroy the city.
I would cry.
Oh, I would too, immediately. Yeah.
I would cry grown man tears.
Within 2 minutes.
Brian's song tears?
Yeah.
Those type of tears. Now, I also cried at 13 when the White Sox won the World Series in 2005. It sunk in.
I did too, which was big deal, but I want to be an adult and see somebody win that I like.
I want to be an adult and win.
Right.
The Blackhawks thing, I'm not as close to hockey as I could be.
But that shit was electric when it it was all fucking awesome. But the difference between that and the Bears winning or the Bulls winning is so monumental to me. I can't even imagine that concept. I was only alive for the Bulls to win when I was 1 and 2. That's as far as I got with that shit. It's not.
Sell the team, Jerry.
Yeah, he's just gonna give it to Michael and keep fucking us over.
Well, Michael wants nothing to do with it. You see all the money that they're investing into the Bulls and what they're doing there. They're actually putting money more so into entertainment for the Bulls.
Yeah, but they won't.
But
get
the Bulls
good players.
will turn it around faster than the White Sox. That the team will be sold before they get back to any sort of relevance.
I don't know if you're right about that, man. The Bulls are in a bad way right now. I think the only way you can make that argument is because the White Sox are going to take so fucking long that they're both going to be bad for so fucking long. This guy ruins my life. I care so much about sports. I know you do too. He's literally Satan. He's the worst guy in my life. Truly. Jerry Reinsdorf is the worst man. I've done this so many times on this podcast, but he's just the fucking worst. And if I were to meet him, I would tell it to his face. I hate that man. I do. It's only hate.
Well, brother, what I will say is that we have things here that there's not a lot of hope. So we got to stay hopeful.
Right.
Know? Therapy
Can't.
session for all our White Sox fans. Got to stay hopeful.
Cannot.
We have things to look forward to, like football, which could be
Right.
worse. College football, your fantasy draft. Let's end the pod on a positive note.
Yeah. Yeah. Fantasy drafts are coming. Yeah. Don't fuck that up.
I'm done this year. I'm sorry.
I know
to say,
you
I'm
are.
sorry,
You quit fantasy altogether. It's funny.
I didn't quit altogether. I'm taking a year off, and I'm going back to the drawing board. And if I miss it that much, I'll come back next year.
Come back to what? You can't leave a league and then come back. Everybody's just going to say, fuck you.
Fine. I'll join another league. I don't give a fuck. Right?
All right.
I mean, is it that big of a deal? There's so many grown men out there looking for prime specimen to join fantasy leagues, such as myself.
Yeah, that's true.
Fine.
Guys,
You know what?
guys that will easily just pay to go in it and never win.
You ever want to get sold harder on something than a guy looking for a last spot in a fantasy league?
Yeah.
There it is right there.
It's like you're the last girl at the bar.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they're like,
Drunk
"Gosh,
goggles are
listen,
on.
she's not that hot, but everybody's going to be going for her because, God damn it, I'm not going home alone again."
She's not that hot, but I ain't leaving this bar alone, you know? Have you ever, the sales pitch is always great. So, bro, it would be great if you could just be the last guy in my league. We need one more guy to make it
hey,
full.
bro, you like sports, right? You're a big sports guy? Yo, do you play fantasy? Yeah, man, I'm in a couple leagues.
Fantasy guy? Or
I'm in a couple leagues.
you ever
Oh,
do
that's
that?
crazy, bro. Like, it's weird. Like, we just got an opening. Like, do you want to, you trying to, like, hit it up? He's like, it's not crazy. $100 buy-in. 12 of my good buds are all fucking chill. Like, it's totally cool. No, I don't think so. Oh, man, come on. Like, they're not even that smart, bro. You'll probably fuck them up. Okay, fine. You do it. They're all the worst. It's the worst group chat you ever been on. Never met any of them in person. Quit after the year and then move on with your life. Consistent.
Well, I hope that's not your experience in our past fantasy league, Vince. Granted, there has been
No,
some
because
ups
I
and
know
downs.
those boys.
He knows some of them, but then there's some outsiders who have come in who create drama that I don't like.
Yeah.
And then there's also others who want to be Charlie in charge who aren't. Gotta love the semi, like the co-commissioner who takes his job so fucking seriously. It's like, dude, this is-
Don't have a co-commissioner for a fantasy league. Just play with
Never-
your buds. Have a good time. Don't make the buy-in $350 fucking dollars. Just have a good time, and it's not that big of a deal. Watch Red Zone on Sunday and have a good time. That's the only thing you got to do.
Vince has said the words of wisdom.
Yeah.
And if you don't understand that every week we
Fuck
give you great
you.
nuggets of fucking wisdom. If you don't understand,
Suck
this
my
is the
ass.
podcast.
Sorry, I
If you don't understand
lick my
that
dick.
this podcast, if you don't understand that this podcast is something that will bring you joy and significant knowledge of sports data week after week, then you are listening to the wrong podcast. Now, with all that being said, we'll be back next week. So you know the drill. Send it to your brother. Send it to your sister. Send it to your brother from another mother and your sister from another mister. It's the year of the sibling. And as always, we'll see you next week.
Peace.
Talking Tales with Mike and Vince. Oh, you know. Jazzy beats while we dispense. Yeah, you know.